What's up guys, Luke here from Luke's Points and Miles. Today's video was originally supposed to be about the 5 cards I want to get in 2025. Sort of a standard YouTube video going over a few cards and how they might fit in my setup. Then I realized, guys, there are not 5 cards out there I want. So I pivoted to 3 cards I want to get in 2025. Guess what? There aren't 3 cards I want to get in 2025. Guys, I think this is what the credit card end game looks like, and I'm going to tell you why it's a good thing. But first, if you are new here, I talk about credit cards, points, miles, cashback, and travel. If you'd like to join me on this journey, consider subscribing. I'm getting super close to a huge personal goal with my subscriber count, and I'm really excited about that. Also, if you get any value from this particular video, slap that like button for me, and with all that out of the way, let's get into it. So what is this credit card end game? Well, I suppose it's different for everyone, but I want to explain why I think it's actually a very freeing and positive feeling, but I don't think everyone will agree. A typical journey through the credit card game might look something like this. Starting with your Discover It card, then working your way slowly through the Chase trifecta. Then maybe you make your way through your second points and miles issuer like Capital One or Citi. Next, you dip your toe into the co-branded scene and you pick up a couple hotel or airline cards. During this time, you'll likely always be working on a sign-up bonus, and eventually you might make your way over to American Express, and at the same time, you're learning exactly what works, not only for your spend, but for your redemption style as well. But eventually you have every card you want for your base setup that matches how you spend, earn, and redeem. I'll give you an example of what that looks like for me. In the last 3 years, I've probably averaged a sign-up bonus every 4 to 6 weeks or so. Sometimes faster, sometimes slower. But for an example, even with all the new cards, I still earn about 1 million American Express points per year. A little bit less Chase points, a little bit less than that Capital One, then Citi. I've gotten so many airline cards and hotel cards, I could probably never give you an accurate number of how many have came and went. I've also been able to maintain this velocity because I'm able to apply for and use business cards, but I know not everyone is interested in that, so I won't focus on the business card. I didn't do any of this in any particular order. I spent years using an Amex trifecta paired with a no annual fee, no foreign transaction fee MasterCard for the times I was overseas. And honestly, there probably wasn't ever a reason to ever change that. But one thing I did along the way that I'm not sure most people do is I made sure I added 5% cashback cards to my overall setup. The sign-up bonuses for cashback cards aren't as good, but they are normally pretty easy to get. So here is how it stands now. I have a way to earn transferable currencies in American Express, Chase, Capital One, and Citi ecosystems, as well as Hilton, IHG, American Airlines, and Avianca Life Miles. And if you don't know, I mainly use my credit card rewards for travel, and that includes every kind of travel from solo to family, domestic economy to international business class, and I play on what most folks call expert mode, which means I use transfer partners and airline alliances to book some really fun stuff. But I've also kept cash back in mind, and I've built a cash back setup that gets 5% on most of my spend. Why? Well, life changes and there will be years where I don't travel as much. My son is getting busier and busier, and we also are at the mercy of the school schedule. I don't ever see a life without travel, but earning millions of travel points a year isn't a super great idea when I only need a few 100,000. So that was a really long-winded way of saying, guys, I already have all the cards I want. And the weird thing about it is, it's been this way for a while, I think. I started wondering why I would ever get cards like the Turkish Airlines card or the Avianca Life Miles card. How about the Air France card? Well, it took me a while, but I realized that I'm actually in the credit card end game. So let me explain what that means, at least for me. For me, it means freedom. It means I don't have to worry about what card to get next. I don't care about 524 as much. It means when I see an offer that looks interesting, I don't really have an opportunity cost, meaning I'm not trading this app for the next one. It also means I don't care if I get denied for a card. It makes bonus hunting a lot easier because the bonus, whether it's MR points from a no lifetime language offer or it's $250 on a 5% cashback card, it all goes in the same pool. It It also means I can actually work the setup I want to work. If I want to earn City Thank You points, I don't have to worry about it, I just do it. If I just want the best card for the category, points or cash, I can do that as well. It also means I can really go for any welcome offer, and I can cancel any new cards after a year because my older cards are aging and keeping my credit lines older. Remember, getting all those bonuses in the last few years really has allowed me to book my travel a year in advance and still have plenty of points left over. So I likely will not ever have an immediate need for more points. Now, I will do some upgrades and downgrades and move things around as far as my cards, and I'm still going to be canceling cards, but the core cards, well, they're already in my wallet. So where do I go from here? Well, like I said, anywhere I want. I know a lot of folks might say now it's time for bank account bonuses, but I've never really had a ton of luck with those. Also a pretty big pain in the butt for me to change my direct deposit. So I don't think I'll ever get any more than a few of those a year. But I think one of my favorite things in 2025 will be actually using point stacking techniques and the deals from different issuers. I have a ton of Chase and City offers for random things like 7% cash back on certain gas stations and 10 to 15% back on common fast food joints. So maybe it's a good time to really nerd out on that part of the game. Now, besides the freedom of earning the points and the rewards I want, I have sort of adopted the attitude of just give me the points. I'm a little disenfranchised when it comes to status and certain credit card benefits that might force me to spend. My strategy has changed to, instead of chasing status for a room upgrade or a seat upgrade, just book the flight or the room or suite that I actually want. I've recently said that I'm going to be flying first class domestically when it's an option, and I think I'm moving away from hotel loyalty and towards just booking the room I want at the location I want. I know cards like the Hilton Aspire, they offer crazy value and it's a super great card, but I have had times when I had to make sure I booked a trip just to take advantage of those benefits. Example was last year when myself and Carlos went to a Dallas Mavericks game. Instead of booking the hotel right next to the basketball arena, I had to book a Hilton resort to take advantage of the Hilton Resort credit. That resulted in more rideshare costs and time lost during a very, very short trip. In the future, I'm just going to book the room right next to the arena, regardless of brand. I'm at the point where I don't want to follow their rules, so just give me the points. Another example is lounge access, and you guys know I've always valued lounge access. But I thought about where my lounge access was in JFK, Boston, Washington Dulles, and Dallas Fort Worth. And all the places where I have great lounge access, I realized I generally lay over there when I'm flying international business class to Europe. So I would already have lounge access. Now listen, I'm not giving up my lounge cards today, but do I need the Chase Sapphire Reserve, the Amex Business Platinum, and the Capital One Venture X? Not likely. Just give me the points. Take all the emphasis off the benefits I might use in exchange for a lot of fees that I will 100% have to pay. And it's just a different form of simplicity. And I'm the type of guy that gets more emotional over losing value or overspending than I do over getting that great, awesome, free credit or upgrade. Okay, so that was a roundabout, really long way of saying it's not bad getting old. Well, in the credit card game. And I should also mention that just because I'm in the credit card end game doesn't mean my player 2 is. So if something really cool comes out and I can't get the card for whatever reason, I'm sure she can. And that's just plain old super convenient because she's actually one that spends all my money anyway. Guys, how close are you to the credit card end game, and how do you see it for yourself? Positive? Somewhat negative? I'm here to say it is fine. It might even be a relief after years of straight hustle and sign-up bonuses. Guys, if you want more information on credit cards, please check out my super cool card link in the description below. Using my link definitely supports the channel, and if you have used my links in the past, I sincerely appreciate it. And if you have stayed all the way to the end, thank you. See you next time.